The euro is breaking down in March, so we'll have all the details in today's video, including a new breakup structure that we just saw from this market, also my target for the euro this week, and what we could get from that area, including a level that goes back to 2025, so you're not going to want to miss that. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Justin Bennett, forex trader since 2007, full-time since 2011. As always, all of this is my opinion only and not financial advice. So the euro, we saw a big gap down here over the weekend on that war news in Iran, which first of all, thoughts and prayers to everyone involved with that. So we have the euro gapping down here, big gap down here over the weekend. And so far, we've really seen no retrace into these imbalances up here, okay, including that open gap up here around 118.20. So it's unclear if we will get this here from the euro, okay, in other words, a gap fill up here toward this area. But we do have these imbalances back here that are worth noting. Now, all of this occurred here with this new BoS. Okay, so new breakup structure here below the low back here. And if we move out, you can see where this has just been a series of lower highs and lower lows. So it started back here with the market giving us that change of character below these lows right here. And this is why I said back here too for weeks now, that even though this price action back here was mostly internal to this price leg, you can see where this change of character, once we got acceptance below this low back here, this was clearly significant for this market, because what you'll notice is that since that time, we've had BoS after BoS. Okay, so lower highs and lower lows. As far as where this market could find some support here this week, one area that I'm eyeing is down here, right around like 1630, 1640 down here in this region. And the reason for this is that if we go here to a daily time frame, so I'm going to show you this here on the daily, and you'll see that this is a channel that goes back here to 2025. So you can see that off of these lows here, we've got these levels down here, these lows, and we've got these highs up here. Okay, now this is not hindsight stuff. This is not after the fact stuff, because this right here is a channel that I mentioned to VIP members in Discord, okay, going all the way back to January. So these are the posts I've made today here in the VIP group. And if we go back here to January, you can see that this right here was the post that I made on January 28th about the euro. Now, this right here is a 3-day time frame, and you can see that this is the same exact channel when the market was trading up here around 119.65. So this high up here, just below 121, that was filling a significant buy side imbalance. And again, we talked about that in the VIP group as well. So if I come up here in Discord again, up here toward this area, and again, I'm not showing you this to flex, guys. This is just me showing you that I'm in the trenches every day doing this stuff. I also share my trades in real time with members, so it's full transparency. And this was that gap back here, that imbalance back here that we saw around 119.80 or so, and that ended up being the top for the euro. Okay, so when we look at this here on the daily, again, the market was trading back here in this area when I shared that chart. So that was one reason too why when we saw that change of character I just showed you, that's why when we were up here and we saw the change of character, I was looking for the move down here toward this region, because what you'll also notice is that this isn't just about a channel. It's not just about support and resistance, right? What I often talk about is that when you get a trend like this, because this is clearly an uptrend from the euro, right? And when you get a trend like this, what happens is if you imagine a midpoint through here, okay, markets revolve around this, okay? So you get moves up here to the buy side and you get moves down here to the sell side. Okay, so we essentially just revert to the mean every time the market gets pushed away from that mean. Okay, so every time we get overextended here, the market snaps back and reverts to the mean. By the way, guys, if you do want my help with your trading every single day in Discord, if you also want a free SMC course, it's completely free. It shows you exactly how I trade SMC full time. Beyond that link though, you will get a chance to join us in Discord, where I help members every single day in Discord, answering questions, sharing my trades live, sharing trade setups like you just saw. So check out the link somewhere here on the screen. That's going to give you access to that free SMC course. Beyond that link, okay, beyond that page, you're going to have a chance to join us in Discord. If you want to join, that's great. If not, that's fine too. No pressure either way. Okay. So looking at the euro here on the daily time frame. So back here, guys, what we can see is that this lines up, and this is what I showed members too, that this area back here, okay, when the market was trading up here, we talked about this, how we had this daily void back here. Okay. So not only was this candle not retraced during this portion of the move, okay, you can also see where this is also a daily FVG. Okay, so if we take a level here off of this high right here, what you'll notice is that on the very next candle, okay, we actually had right here, okay, so this right here is our FVG off of this high. You can see we had the move up, displacement up. We had these lows form. We never completely mitigated this high, okay, this FVG back here. Now, furthermore too, what you'll notice is that this is also an order block. Okay, so this black candle right here, this candle right here, right before this white displacement candle, you can see where we had this candle here. Okay, so black candle into a white candle displacement, and then we had a fair value gap forming right away. Now, what you'll also notice is that off of this high right here, okay, that order block high, you'll notice that right here around 116.27 that we never also retraced into this. Now, this is very slight here on the daily. Okay, but in my experience, when you get this here, when you get a candle going from black to white like this, you get displacement out of this range, and then you have the market not coming back to fully mitigate that. Areas like this become potential targets, especially right now with the euro approaching this area. Okay, so with that in mind, we know that this area down here, we've got those levels marked out, right? This is kind of the area that I'm watching here, down there toward like 116.27 or so, all the way up to about 116.50. So that's going to be important because when we look at the hourly time frame, you can see where we are not that far away from these. Okay, so right now the euro is trading right here, and we have these levels right down here in this area. In fact, by the time I put this video out, we could already be down here. And this is also the advantage of being in Discord, is because you get real-time discussions instead of just watching these videos, hours later. Okay, but looking here at the euro, we have this new BoS to the downside. Okay, so we got the close below this low back here. So what this means is that in order to find the external high here, okay, in order to map out premium, discount, and OTE, what we can do here, really simple, is just take a vertical line from this over here. Okay, so a vertical line from this point. I'm going to make this black here so you guys can see it. All right, so that's our level off of this low from back here. Remember, this was the point where we got that last BOS. So that's the low there. And then if we take this here and copy it over, move it over to the candle that closed below to give us that confirmed BOS. This basically, these two vertical lines, guys, this one right here, okay, and this one over here, this is how we find our external high. Now, you won't have to do this every time, but when you're practicing, this is a good way to identify it, because what you essentially have here is now you have price boxed in. Okay, so to find our external high, you find the highest point within this. And you can see it's this one right back here. Okay, so once we have that mapped out, that's going to be significant, because what we can do is once we have the euro giving us signs of a bottom. Now, again, we don't know if the bottom is going to be right here, okay, or down here in this area. But either way, what we can do once we get that is we can take our fibs, and I have a modified fib off of this high here. You'll notice that this fib here only shows premium, discount, and OTE. I've made videos on this before, but basically the way this works is, let's assume that the euro bottoms out down here. So the way this works is that I have my 50% level, okay, right here. This down here in red is considered discount. This up here in green is considered premium. Now this dark green area is OTE, okay? So the way that this works is, in a downtrend like this, when I'm shorting, when I'm looking to short a market, I cannot short in red, okay? So what this is telling me right now is that even if I move this level up here a little bit, so to this current low, because again, we don't know where this is going to bottom out, and it doesn't matter, because right now, what I know from this, one of my rules is that I cannot short down here. I cannot short low like this. I have to wait for this up here, okay? So right away, what we can see is that our 50% line is up here, okay? So anything below here in red, I cannot short. Now, what you'll also notice though, is that on the way down here, following that gap, we do have some displacement candles, okay? Now, this up here too is considered an inefficiency. A gap like this, a weekend gap, is technically an imbalance in the market, okay? So keep that in mind as well. But what you'll notice here is that off of this low all the way down here to about this high, we have this pocket down here as well, okay? So what I'm essentially looking for here from the euro, and it doesn't matter whether we bottom, at this low here, okay? So this low right here, or we come down here in this area. But what I'm essentially looking for from the euro is a move back up here to mitigate this imbalance, okay? So right back here. So off of this high, up here to this low. So essentially this pocket right here. Okay, so with this in mind, I know that the 50% is right here. Okay, so what I can do is, I know that this box, or at least the majority of this box, this imbalance back here, is in premium. And if I'm looking to short a market, that's what I want. So what I can do here is just say, okay, well, I know that this down here is my target, right? So this is what I want to target if I get short. However, I also know I can't short down here. I need to see the market come up here into this area. Now, if we do, okay, come up here and mitigate this imbalance, then I'm looking for a lower time frame change of character. And again, I've made videos on all this before, right? Very simple stuff, but looking for a shift in the market, something to give me a sign that this trend here is likely to continue, okay? And if we get that, then my target is this, okay? Down there toward 1627 all the way up to about 116.50. Okay, so I mean, really simple stuff, guys. The hard part with this though, and this is the part that traders struggle with, is having the patience, having the willpower to wait for this right here. But I have my rules in place, and all I have to do is follow my rules. It's not a matter of I need more discipline. It's a matter of I have rules, I have to follow my rules, and rules equal discipline. Okay, if you have rules in place, then you have discipline. If you don't have any rules, then trust me, you're not going to have any discipline. So the rules are key here. All right, so this region up here, guys, again, is where I'm looking to short this market if we get it. And then from there, my target again would be down here in this region. Now, let's say for a second here that we don't get this up here. Okay, so let's say for a second that we come down here on the daily and we come down here and mitigate this imbalance. So instead of having the move up here first, the euro just moves straight down here toward this region. What do I do there? Well, same rules apply, okay? Because even though this market would be coming into a massive area of support, based on the bottom of this channel that goes back here to 2025, even though that's the case, the same rules apply for me, okay? So with that in mind, if we were to see the euro come down here first toward this area, then of course that's going to dictate or influence where I draw up my fibs. So up here to the high, if we come down here toward this region, you can see it's the same rules, right? It's the same exact rules where we have a premium above this level here. We have OTE up here. We still have that imbalance if we come down here first. Now, the one thing I will say about that though, okay, is that if we see the euro come down here first into this pocket and then give us an aggressive bounce up, that is going to influence the way that I trade this a little bit up here, okay? I'm not going to be as aggressive with the short up here if I know we've already come down here to mitigate that daily imbalance that we looked at before. So hopefully that makes sense. But really the rules are there for a reason. The same rules apply whether we come up here first and bounce here from this low first and get this and then move lower, or if we come down here and mitigate this region down here first and then we bounce from there, okay? But again, if we get this first down here, then it will change how I trade this a little bit if I try to short up here, because I won't be quite as aggressive up here if we mitigate that sell side imbalance first. If this video helped, be sure to keep it locked in here, subscribe to the channel. Also check out the link right here on the screen to that free SMC course. Beyond that, you're gonna have a chance to join us in Discord to get my help every single day, see my trades in real time, and also get the complete SMC course that has all 7 modules in it and shows you exactly how I trade full time. Until next time, trade well out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.